Hello, I believe this might be installment number 5 of 2023, the Year of Joy. Today is all about finding the joy when things are not going your way, when things are difficult. And something that I realized over the course of the last week is that it's really it is the daily practices of meditation, prayer, perspective change, finding the joy in small things, dancing, singing in your car, walking your dog. These are things that bring me joy. Maybe they don't bring you joy, but you know what I mean. The things that bring you joy in particular. So this last week has been a challenging week. A beloved family member is in transition to the next realm, someone that I adore. And there are some other challenging things going on in my life. And then on top of everything else, while I was out of town visiting with family for Easter and the member that's transitioning, my house was broken into, and all of the jewelry that I've collected, well, not all of it, as you can see, I still have some. What I was wearing in Florida, I still have. Almost all of the jewelry that I've collected over my lifetime that's been given to me by my parents, by my former husband, by boyfriends, stuff that I collected in Asia, friends have made for me, all of that is gone, along with a couple of other things. And a friend of mine was suggesting that it was really horrible with all these things going on and that I should be really down. And they were surprised that I wasn't really down and that I wasn't, despondent or feeling really put upon. And, I realized I was thinking, and it made me think. And I was thinking about it and I realized, it's really easy in some cases, most of the time, to find the joy when things are going well for you, when things are going swimmingly, when you're getting all green lights, right? Then it's easy to find the joy. The time that it's difficult and really most important to be able to find the joy is when things aren't going your way, when things are difficult, right? Because that's when the rubber hits the spiritual road, right? That's when the practices that you engage on a daily basis, on a regular basis, that's when you find out whether or not they really mean something and whether or not they really work, right? So I'm crediting the fact that I do have a daily meditation practice, which is sometimes only like 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, we're not talking about me sitting down for an hour. But I also meditate, I do a form of moving meditation when I walk with my dog. I consider listening to my music and dancing on the levee while I'm walking my dog as part of my meditation. But all of those things that I do, paying attention to my perspective, paying attention to the stories that I'm telling myself, a lot of the stuff that I've been talking to you about, this is when it becomes really important. Because this is when, family is coming together at a difficult time and emotions are running high, that you're able to maybe sit back and be calm and see the forest for the trees and help support people in ways that are truly helpful, right? Or just to be there and hold space for people that are having a hard time, or hold space for yourself when you're having a hard time and accept that, because I do not want to engage in spiritual bypass or suggest that that's a good idea. I have been sad. I have cried. I have had sleepless nights over the last week. I have had all of those things. This has been hard, right? But it has not beaten me and it has not taken me down. Because I know that my beloved family member would not want me to be unjoyful. In fact, she's one of the more joyful people that I know. I am not going to let the actions of other people who, broke into my house and stole things from me, I don't want their actions to affect how I am. Then I'm letting them have control of me, right? I don't want that. So I am actively choosing not to think in a negative way, to try to find good perspectives, while at the same time allowing myself to be sad, allowing myself to be hurt, allowing myself to cry, recognizing that I'm going to vortex a little bit, but trying not to get stuck there. So I'm acknowledging all the negative stuff, and I am allowing it to happen. But at the same time, I'm not getting stuck in it and I'm not allowing it to take me down. right? So when I got back to my house yesterday, I put on the 1975 and I sang and danced and I sat on the front porch with my computer and my dog and I took my house back, right? I brought joy back into my house. And I thanked my house because, and I was grateful that there wasn't a lot of damage done to my house. There was very little damage done to my house. It's going to be easily fixed. This is a wake-up call for me that I need to take security more seriously. I can't do anything about the fact that my family member is moving on, and that's a natural thing that's going to happen. Death happens to all of us. None of us are getting out alive, as they say. So how can I show up for that person? How can I hold space for myself and others? What can I do to be supportive? These are all things that I feel really good about in the midst of a situation that might make me very sad, right? So I say all of this because, as I said, I think what's really important, the lesson that I've learned here is that these spiritual practices really are important. The things that I'm doing, the ways that I'm trying to train myself to think are making a difference. Because when the rubber hits the road, when things get hard, I'm gaining traction on the street. I'm not spinning my wheels. I'm gaining traction and I'm moving forward. And that feels really good. It feels really good to be able to sit in a sad space and say, I'm not being taken down by this. I can feel it, but I'm okay. I'm still joyful. I can still dance. I can still laugh. I can be grateful that there were some things that were left that have great sentimental value to me. I can, again, be happy that I can hold space for people who are having a difficult time. I can hold space for myself when I'm having a difficult time. You know, it's actually been kind of a rough couple of months, and I have been sad at times. But I think the secret is not getting stuck in it. And the real secret, or at least the thing that I'm taking away from this, and that maybe you will too, is that these practices that I engage in every day really do make a difference. So those days when I sit down and I wonder, oh my gosh, why am I even bothering to do this? Does this do anything? Is this doing anything for me, this meditation thing? Like, is there a point? There's a point. And I hope that in a couple of months, when things are different, I'm still going to remember that there is a reason for me to get up every morning and spend a few minutes, even if it's only 10 or 15, if I don't have time to do more, some time meditating or taking my walk with my dog and finding joy in my pop music or whatever it is. This is when it's important. Now. Right? Now. When things get hard. Because things are going to get hard. We're zipped up in these human suits and stuff gets hard. But it doesn't stay that way. And we can choose how we show up in the midst of the hurricane, right? We can choose how we show up in the midst of the difficult point in our lives and in other people's lives that we care about. So that's what I have for you today for the Year of Joy from my floor, because I don't have a chair, which is a longer story, which it's no point telling now, but it wasn't stolen. Well, it sort of was, but it went back to my mother's. Anyway, it's another story. I'm living that. I'm going now. Mwah! I love all of you. Bye.